Hi, welcome back to the League-Kempner House in Galveston. I'm Janie and I'm president of the nonprofit restoring and preserving this incredible house. We're jumping back in today with those big eyebrow arch roof vents. You guys are going to get tired of these by the time we are done. I'm filming this intro a month or so after this work started, and I can tell you it's a bigger job than we thought. So we're going to dive in and get started on them and show you what's going on, picking up where we left off in the last video with them. Okay, it is just a tiny bit cooler today. This is in the shade, and I'm not going to drag these very far today because I don't have anyone to help me move them back. But I did test yesterday, and oh my gosh, can't get that open. The citrus strip that we bought to test on the walls that didn't work up there actually worked here. I painted some on yesterday, let it sit for about 15 minutes, came back and pressure washed, came off much easier. I really should let it sit for about an hour, but that was just a quick test. So now that I know that that works, I'm going to cover this thing with this paint remover. Hopefully I'll have enough. Let it sit while I go do some other chores and come back and then pressure wash. So work smarter, not harder. And somebody in the comments on the short I posted, or Instagram, I don't remember where, basically told me to do this. So good call. You were exactly right. A little chemical prep first. It's always interesting to me how the paint will just fall off one section so easy and be so stuck on another when you think it was probably all prepped the same when it was painted the first time. I'm going to put a little extra where I tested yesterday just because I don't think it came completely off. And I want it to be as bare metal as I can get it. And then I also had a thought while driving home. Letitia, one of our other board members, called to chat, and her husband does classic car restoration. So they basically have a big auto body shop, and they're used to dealing with restoring thin car parts when they don't want to replace something original in the car. So they have the capability to do some welding and repair. So once I get these cleaned, I'm going to take them to John and see what they might be able to do with it. Because the welding shop that I took the other one to, they do big, like, ship parts and everything. So they're used to heavy steel, and I'm sure they're fantastic welders and can do more. But their shop is really set up to do some serious welding, whereas John is set up specifically to do this kind of metal. So while the big shop is working on one to see what they do, take one to John. I hope I have enough of this. Kind of has to go on thick, I think, to work. And this looks like it's already been repaired once here. It's funny how part of it's in really good shape and then part of it's not. And that other one came pretty clean, but there's still some spots that were very stuck. So if I have some of this left, looks like I'll have plenty left, I'll go over and touch up the spots over there that didn't come clean. Walter is inside giving tours right now. We have a couple that came for their 39th wedding anniversary. She's a big fan of the house. And so they came to Galveston to see the house. So that's always fun. And they want to do the full basement and attic tour. So I need to get this on, get myself freed up to go show them the house. So anyway, we just persevere and soldier on. Eventually it will get done. Maybe not the way we planned, but one thing I know about restoration is you have to be willing to change your plan because things come up that you can't do anything about. I think I learned that when I was working. You have to sometimes admit defeat and regroup and start over. Maybe I shouldn't say defeat. You just have to admit when things aren't going the way you planned them in your head and readjust. So long as you're taking a step in a somewhat forward motion, I think you're okay. This is pretty thin right there. I see a weak spot. But remember, these are just decorative. They don't do anything. I just need them not to blow off and to look pretty from the ground. Okay, I think that's all of that. There's not too many mosquitoes right now. I don't know why. Yesterday they were horrible. It smells really nice. It doesn't smell chemically at all. This back door to get to the basement? Yes. Hold on. Let me. Oh, you just got in our video. I was just telling them y'all were here for your anniversary. Okay. Yeah, so this is open. Hold on, let me stop this. All right, this has been sitting here for about an hour and a half. I'm going to fire up the pressure washer and see what happens. Somebody commented on my short about safety glasses. I always wear safety glasses, and actually these are the bigger wraparound kind because I do have a problem with pressure washing and getting little chips of paint or things in my eye. I've been to the ER more than once on that, so I never pressure wash without them. Let's see if I can start this today.
Fortunately, the big remodeling job that my husband has been doing has wrapped up, so I'm able to impose on him a little bit more, and that was really critical. These eyebrow arches are very big. They're over 6 feet long. They're pretty heavy, and I need his muscle and his truck to help move them. So once I got them cleaned up, he came down a couple days later and helped me move a couple of them over to John's shop. And he loves visiting the shop. He loves John, and I enticed him down to Galveston with the prospect of a Bronco burrito, so he wasn't too grumpy. All right, got these guys in the light of day. I brought them to Creative Classics and Customs. That's the business owned by our board member Letitia's husband and son, and they do classic car restoration. They're prize-winning restorers, and they have the wherewithal to fix these guys up and make sure they're structurally sound. And they've given me some tips on neutralizing the rust and some of the painting work that needs to go on. But now that we've got them cleaned up and taken a look at them, they're not in bad shape. They just need some additional support in some places. That's more cosmetic, but it will be covered by the shingles, but they're going to go ahead and put a patch on it anyway just to strengthen that area. This is all cosmetic. This one, the nailing fin's in great shape actually, but there's some rust damage here in the front. They're going to put a little patch on that so it's not visible once it's painted and on the ground. So all in all, I think it won't take them too long to do that. So big thank you to John and Dustin. Fine, here's one of the things they're working on. They've got a full shop right now. It's John, my spouse, who was nice enough to do this 2 weeks in a row now. But look at that. Is this the Jaguar? Is that the Jaguar? That's pretty cool. Datsun 280Z, it looks like. That looks like a Camaro, and you can see why we thought they'd be a good fit. Look at the kinds of things they have to cut out and repair. Now they make these look brand new and seamless. Ours will be 75 feet up in the air, and we don't really care. We just need it to hold together and look good from the ground. Okay, Joe and I are out examining the property. There are a lot of fronds down, and it appears there was a wind event because Joe noticed this.
When I was opening the window upstairs.
This is not good.
I don't know which one it is. I'll have to go. No, that one never had a second.
That one never had a shutter.
Could it have been?
Well,
Those windows didn't have the shutter.
but the frame's not here. Only the
interior part.
the middle part.
Although that's a piece of the frame.
That is a piece of frame.
Oh, that might be the bottom piece off that one.
Oh, wait, she found it. Where is it?
The old porch.
Oh.
Definitely wind event.
There it is. We did have a wind event. Okay, well, I guess I'll be removing that today because that actually can be all glued back together. All right. A new project.
Yay!
Yay! How far they went.
Oh, wow.
They've traveled far. Yeah, we knew something happened because there were fronds everywhere in the yard when we drove up. I'm just going to stand in the shade and watch Joe work. Oh, here's one over here. Oh, look, that one's already been repaired once because, look, it has a nail, which means somebody did a repair on it. Oh, look.
Bunches of them.
Bunches of them. So somebody already did a bad repair job on that once before.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't last. Oh wait, this is funny because look, try to pull it out.
Yeah,
It's like embedded in the ground.
And this one was embedded like the pin was all the way in.
Oh, more glass from that broken window upstairs that we already knew about from the real hurricane.
Oh.
I don't have mic, so I'll have to yell.
Okay. You're good now.
You don't have to yell, you're right by the phone. Okay, it took me a while to get the window open because of course this is one that's not going to move. But I got it open enough, I think. So if you come in and look, this actually has one of those lift-off pins. So I should be able to just easily
Oh, yeah, it's lifting at the top. But it looks like there's a head on the pin.
Open it all the way. If I open it, the shutter's hitting on the window frame. So
Oh, is that what it is? It looked like.
Open all the way to swing out and get clear from the top.
Oh, there it goes. You want me to put the camera down and help? You're breaking. No, I'm not. I hate to ruin that lovely shutter.
Hey, there's
Yay! Sometimes it's easy.
nothing on there that's not fixable. It was originally pegged. Again, these were made to dismantle and repair. So, I just have to undo it all, fix all of the slats, get the top back on. Well, at least it won't fall off and hit anybody now. That's a little dangerous. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Bless John, with all that work in his shop, he made fixing our eyebrow arch a priority for one of his staff, and he called us just after 2 days to tell us it was ready to come get.
They're so much bigger than you think.
They're big.
You ready?
These things are so bulky and hard to move, and as many times as we moved them, we never did come up with a great way to pick them up and carry them, and we moved them a lot. You saw they were under the front porch. We moved them in and out. We moved them around back. We moved them to the side to pressure wash. We moved them in a different area to paint. We moved them in the garage. We moved them back out of the garage. We put them back under the porch for an event. We brought them back out. We carried these things all over the place. It was great to get these two guys repaired and back on the premise so we can carry on with the work. There's a long way to go on these. As I mentioned at the beginning, it turned out to be a much more involved job than expected, but it's all good because we're saving quite a bit of money that will go towards our electrical service, so we're happy about that. and I appreciate my husband coming down to help me. I think I'll have to impose on him one more time because we still have one of the arches at the welding shop in Galveston where they are taking a shot at repairing it. So we will pick up next time with some more work on these. Before we left for the day, I had my husband help me carry one of those big shutters up from the basement so we can continue the work on restoring those. There is a lot of activity at the house, and we are working hard to get ready for 4 big events coming up in the fall for fundraising. So it is never ending. There's a lot to do. Be sure and subscribe and turn on your notifications for the League-Kempner House here in Galveston, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
How you want it? Yeah.
Ta-da!